Hello and welcome to today's gameplay video of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Today we're going to be doing Sequence 2 and talking a bit about Assassin's Creed. Let's see where we are.
Calmatevi. The pain will end soon.
Where have you brought me?
Nowhere, Messere. A man left you here.
Did he say anything?
Only this. You are to meet Messer Machiavelli in front of the Mausoleo di Augusto. Let me help you get dressed.
The same man who brought me here gave me these clothes?
Si, Messere.
Welcome to Roma.
Roma.
Yes. Or what is left of it since the Borgia came to power.
And the mausoleo?
Unfortunately, you cannot see it from here.
How about from the top of that church?
Yes, but the stairs up are closed.
That should not be a problem. Vi ringrazio di tutto quello che avete fatto per me, buona donna. Addio.
Alright. So, as we can't do anything greatly, let's talk about Roma. Now, if we wanted to be here for days, maybe even months, we could discuss the whole history of this town, as the history of this city spans 28 centuries, and Roman mythology dates its foundings back to 753 BC. There has been evidence that the city has been inhabited for much longer, making it one of the oldest continuously occupied sites in Europe. Let's talk to this guy and then we'll talk more about Rome.
Salute. I require medicine.
Let me look. Someone your age cannot recover from a wound like this with medicine. Here is something to dull the pain. You will heal over time.
Grazie.
4 out of 5 doctors would suggest leeches, but they have not proven effective against such things. However, I can recommend several good colleagues around the city. Do you need anything else?
The latest breakthroughs in medicine, alchemy, and invertebrates are here at your
Someone my age. Imbecile.
So, it is regarded as the birthplace of Western civilization by some, and the first metropolis. Rome has been the center of kingdoms and empires and republics. Slowly, Rome would become under political control by the papacy, which settled in the city in the 1st century AD, and in the 8th century it became the political capital of the Papal States, which would last until 1870. In 1871,
word has gone out that a peasant is resisting arrest. We will show him how things operate under the Borgia.
Machiavelli can wait.
In 1871, it would become the capital of the Kingdom of Italy. And in turn, it would become the capital of the Italian Republic in 1946. Currently, Rome holds the status of a global city, which is essentially makes it a hub of global economics. In 2016, it ranked as 14th in the most visited cities in the world, 3rd within the European Union, and its historic center has been a World Heritage Site since 1980. And that just kind of holds the surface on what Rome, the history of Rome. It's not even going back to the myths on the city, its name coming from Romulus and Remus and the mother wolf. So there is tons of history in this town. Could just do this on the rooftops, but I don't want to climb. Once we finish this tale and get back towards going towards Machiavelli, we will discuss more lore that we learned from Assassin's Creed 2 and the glyphs within. Hello, Madonna.
At least we got my boy off to the fattoria in Campania.
You could do without that whispering. Like, it's fine in Assassin's Creed Rogue because it lets you know when you're being hunted. But here it's quite perturbing. I can kill him now. Excuse me. Excuse me. Let's people a kill. Because sometimes you just can't tell when that's going to happen, when they're coming in. Alright. Poor guy. Really don't like this one.
She was beautiful.
She was, until that porco defiled her. I wish he'd just killed her. I wish he'd just killed La Mia Amata. People who saw her grow up cheered when he spat on her. Smiles on their faces when her neck...
I understand.
How can you? My Livia was innocent.
I have lost family to the road. To treachery.
Il Carnefice watches from his home on the hill above. He threatens to hang me if I cut her rope.
When you are ready, take her down. I will deal with Il Carnefice.
So, this guy, for the life of me, I don't remember. He's not based on anything. He's thrown into the game for an avatar of the multiplayer that is not in the Ezio collection. By the way, I do have this on backwards compatibility for Assassin's Creed, for Brotherhood. And if anyone is interested in playing a multiplayer, I am still in need for many multiplayer achievements, and am willing, if we can find a time to play, to achievement hunt with my fellow gamers. Just leave a comment below and let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. Yeah, I'm not dealing with you guys. Fine, if you want to die.
Please, just let me go. Go, Aura! Don't kill me. I'm just doing my job, right? I'm not like the others.
Yeah, they changed it because of the addition of the kill streak, which makes this game, honestly, it makes it easier than it should be. They changed a lot of the Animus animations, so the way he moves and the way his killing animations are very different than Assassin's Creed 2. Now, since we're looking at this flag, I want to make mention I will not be making a Assassin's Creed Brotherhood collection because the flags show up on the map when you hit them in Eagle Vision, and after, I don't remember exactly when you can do it, but you can buy maps to the flags. So I won't be doing collection videos for Brotherhood. So the next bit of lore that was dropped within the glyphs of Assassin's Creed 2 was not this conversation with Machiavelli, but we'll get to it after this conversation.
Ezio, what a surprise to see you here.
I thought you had sent for me.
Never. News of the Villa attack has spread across the city. We were certain that you were dead.
Not yet. I am still very much alive.
The Borgia must not discover that you escaped them. Follow me. Take care not to draw any undue attention.
When do I ever?
At this point, after the death of Mario Auditore, Machiavelli has essentially become the new mentor of the Italian assassins.
You would be wise to purchase missing equipment. You will not live long in Roma without supplies.
I have my blade.
And the guards have their guns, courtesy of the Borgia.
I
Fortunately,
think I just walked right through
I
me.
can help.
As a woman.
Grazie.
while you're in my debt, perhaps you will listen to reason.
As soon as I hear some, I will let you know.
I wanted the highest quality. Get him.
You have to pick up the Spalders and a blade, I believe. Yep, the stiletto. Looks like an ice pick.
Your coin seems genuine.
Bene. Now you can survive the journey back to Firenze.
Perhaps. But I'm not going to Firenze.
Oh.
There will be no peace until we rise up against the entire Borgia family and the Templars who serve them.
I do not recall such brave talk at Monteriggioni.
How could I have known that they would find me so quickly? That they would kill Mario?
Rodrigo surrounds himself with snakes and murderers. Even his daughter Lucrezia has been sharpened into one of his most artful weapons. But she pales in comparison.
They lived on the open as assassins,
He
essentially.
is ambitious,
And everyone
ruthless,
knew they lived in
and cruel beyond
Monteriggioni.
imagining. The laws of men mean nothing.
It's like
He murdered his own
Al
brother to
Mualim
take power. He knows
living in
neither
Masayef
danger nor
Castle.
fatigue. Those who do not
They know
fall
you're
like a
there.
sword clamor to join his ranks. The Powerful Orsini and Colonna families have been brought to kneel at his feet. The King of France stands at his side.
Give me his name.
Cesare, head of the papal armies. What does he intend to do with his power? What drives the man? That I still do not know. But Ezio, Cesare has set his sights on all of Italy, and at this rate he will have it.
Is that admiration I hear in your voice?
He knows how to exercise his will. A rare virtue in the world today.
The reason he mentions this because, well, when we talk about Machiavelli later in the game, we'll talk a little bit more about why he's discussing it Cesare this way. Like those two are about ready to become husband and wife.
Should we not travel by horse? Roma is quite large.
As Cesare's conquests in Romagna continue to succeed, and the Borgia grow in power, they have taken desirable areas of the city for themselves. We cannot use the stables here.
Oh, the will of the Borgia is law now?
What are you implying, Ezio?
Do not play dumb with me, Machiavelli.
Do you have some kind of plan?
I am improvising.
Excuse me, horses.
I want to talk. You must make it please. Forza Borgia! You must now service to the Borgia, you.
Love scaffolds. Scaffolds. They really make things easy.
Just because you kill a few guards does not mean the people will grant access to the stables.
You are right. We need to send a signal. Wait here.
Alright, up we go. So as we climb, let's talk a little bit about Mark Twain, who was mentioned in the glyph system of Assassin's Creed 2. He was friends with Nikola Tesla, who we did talk about in Assassin's Creed 2 after the revelation of the Tunguska event and his involvement. While visiting Twain, while visiting Tesla in 1894, he would actually experiment with a piece of Eden that Tesla had, which was Apple of Eden number 4. This apple...
It seems the stable is now available for purchase.
After you.
This apple is thought to have inspired the Chinese to make gunpowder. Tesla would use it to try to create free electricity, and this would lead Thomas Edison to write a letter. Let me roll that back. Twain and Telsa, from what I can tell, were not assassins themselves, but assassin allies. And Telsa wanted Tesla. Why do I keep thinking Telsa? That's something completely else. Nikola Tesla wanted to use the apple to create free electricity. Thomas Edison, who was a Templar, was not a fan of this. Get up there. I hit the wrong button to mount the horse. So he wrote a letter to another Templar by the name of J.P. Morgan, who was financing Tesla at the time, and told him to cut funding for his experiments. Eventually, the Templars would break into Tesla's lab, steal his apple, and then use the thing to drive him insane.
You excel at opening wounds, Ezio. But can you also close them?
I intend to heal the sickness, not treat its symptoms.
Stop sparring with me.
Fine, let us talk openly then. Rodrigo Borgia's death would not have solved anything.
I am inclined to disagree.
Look at this city, the center of Borgia and Templar rule. Killing one man will not change things. We need to take away the source of their power.
Are you suggesting we appeal to the people?
Maybe.
Relying on the people is like building on the sand.
You are wrong. Our belief in humanity rests at the heart of the Assassin Brotherhood.
He must be from your inner circle. Go, get back what you have stolen. I will wait at the Campidoglio. I am meeting a contact there. Give me back my money!
Edison, on the other hand, after Tesla was driving mad, would not be granted piece of the
Get down
before from the
I
Templars.
regret sparing your life.
It would actually go to Henry Ford, another Templar, who would use the apple to kickstart the Ford Motor Company and the assembly line. Because he used it to manipulate his workers, working for a lower wage and think that they're making higher wage. After he was done with it, he would be instructed to send the apple to Europe. And it was here where it would come into possession by Adolf Hitler. And Hitler would use this apple to rise the Nazi Party and use it to cause Germany's eventual rise. It's at that high point before we do the mission. He was eventually killed by assassins.
Hey,
But
Desmond, I don't know if you're looking for something from 16, but last time scanning an eagle vision seemed to help.
did I just pick up a... Oh, I picked up one of the 10 feathers. Another item that would be marked with a map. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, that's closed, that's why. So back to Hitler and his apple. You would think that the story goes that Hitler died in the Führer bunker. No idea if I pronounced that right. But in reality, he killed a body double. Well, I shouldn't say in reality. In game lore, he killed a body double, and assassins killed him as he was leaving the bunker. And that would be on April 30th of 1945. Currently, the apple's whereabouts are unknown. He was meant to deliver it to someone that was only listed as C, the letter C in the letters of the glyphs. So exactly who they're talking about is unknown. Well, that isn't true. He was meant to go to Britain, where he would be not picked up, but he would be met by Winston Churchill. And Churchill, he was meant to take the apple to Churchill. I don't think I was supposed to do that. Oh, I can get up there. But after his assassination, nobody is exactly sure where that apple is. It's my assumption that if he was murdered by assassins, that the assassins took it. But we're not sure.
Did you liberate your money from our friend?
I did.
A small victory.
They add up. And in time, with work, we'll have a few dozen more.
And in time, Cesare's gaze will return to us, and we'll be broken again. Now, where is my contact, Vinicio? He should have already intercepted the letter. Follow me.
Now, while we're talking about Edison, Morgan, and Henry Ford, there's another major Templar of this time period. Though we only know that he's a Templar, we don't know if he used an apple to create his business and build on it. But another one of those, put it up on the map. It was Harvey Firestone who would start Firestone Tires. So I don't know if he used an apple to create his fortune, or if he was just a Templar and on all the meetings. Since Beast of Eden 4
Look at these facades,
is so prominent,
the Pope is very clever to keep this place in business. It fools your friend to people quite easily.
When did you become so cynical?
I merely describe the reality of Roma today. But all may not be lost. The good news is that we have allies in the city. How much longer this will last, however, I cannot say.
since the apple was sent to Hitler, let's take a moment
He
to
was
watch
attempting to steal
cutscene.
official Vatican mail.
Perdonatemi, signore. You must be mistaken.
Who are you working for, ladro?
I am working for no one.
Then no one will care what we do to you.
Grazie.
Where is it?
The courier still has the letter.
Ezio, stop him!
Yeah.
Find me at the terminal.
So let's take a moment, since we are already discussing it. Let's talk about World War II, because World War II was actually influenced a lot by the Templars. They had puppets like Adolf Hitler, Joseph Stalin, and they used those two men to create chaos to install an international economic system. And then, but besides Stalin and Hitler, they had other puppets. Franklin Roosevelt, Winston Churchill were among those puppets. Not Templars themselves, but there were members within each government that was very close to these men that were Templars themselves. Abstergo would also authorize, oh, there's some money right here, the testing of J. Robert Oppenheimer's atomic bombs in 1945, intending for them to be used to bring turmoil and help build their new world order. Sometimes I don't like coming up these ways because they're not faster than going around. More money. Oops. Oh, no. Wrong button. No. There we go. Good, Ezio. can see that chests are also brought up on the minimap when you see them. Don't lose any health. This mission tends to be a mean. I always lose a health. Usually use a health bar. Because I tend to get hit in the back. Do it? Oh, I got hit by a tiny little bit. Man. That's alright. I'll deal with it.
They must have come from in here.
Is this one of the ones with a time limit on it? Yep, balls and arrows. Yep. So, with this is just like the tombs that we did looking for to get the seals to get Altair's armor. But you do have to do these multiple times. Once to get the full sequence, and the other time because within each, oh dang it, you can only mess up once or you will lose full sync, but you have to do it multiple times because you need to get full sync, and there are 3 flags in each one of these locations. There are 101 flags throughout Rome, and I will not be doing the other ones because I really hate the look of the Brutus's armor. Since we're looking at the followers of Romulus here, and you notice they were all covered in wolves, they essentially put wolf pelts all over it, and I don't like it. I don't care that it's the best armor in the game. I don't care that I fall and break myself. It's basically Altair's armor. It's unbreakable and has the best stats. But since I don't like it, I'm not going to do it. Up. Basically filling up the tub, and you see it cracking. We're filling up the tub with water so that it will break from the weight. weight of the water broke from the breaking of the tower. Alright, so I gotta go in there. So, as you can see, there is a picked up flag there. Oh my goodness. Come on, man. Corner, found a way, man for speed. No, that's not how that ad goes. Round the corner for work or play. It's convenience stores of Speedway. You can make that jump. It looks like the oil is meant to just light up the area, but eventually it would break and spill all over the place and then it'll light up. So to get past here, we need to go up, back inject. If I remember right. Oh, there's a chest over there. That's what that was. Thought there was a flag through there. Back eject to the island. As you can see with that first flag there, out of the way, there is not a single one that is on your way to getting out of here. There's a reason why we're doing it in eagle vision. See that pop up because of that guy right there. So there's number 2. I got no interest in that. I don't remember this. That's why I don't remember this. Now you see why you need to climb that wall and jump over. I went backwards. definitely not going to make up that time. I thought I was here climbing this one. I take that back. You don't have to replay all of them because there's a handful of them that
Now I can get back up here.
only require you not to lose health. So you can take forever to do it. And you can hear there essentially the bell that says you are about to run out of time. And there is flag number 3. I hate that one. I always think I'm gonna fall.
That could help if I fall.
And that sentence, that would help if I fall, gets super annoying as well. So, while I'm running through the halls of Nero here, and there is a rumor and speculation that the next game after Odyssey is going to be a title, an Assassin's game in ancient Rome. This looks like an old ancient Roman forum, so I think if that is true, we'll end up going back and seeing some of these places that Ezio saw. But
perfect.
personally, with how much world history there is and how many places and eras that they could go to, I don't know why you would want to do that. I think it would be better to go to a new place. Sure, you can argue this is technically the second time we've been to Rome, because Ezio was there at the end of AC2. You can argue that we go to New York twice in Assassin's Creed 3 and Rogue. You can technically argue Paris as well because of Rogue and Unity. I feel like there was another one. Those are the only ones I can think of. So you can argue that since we've we've technically already done that kind of stuff. Why can't we do it again? I just personally think it would be cooler to go to ancient Japan or China or Mongolia. Just my own thought. Zoom to see the image. See? That is Brutus's armor. Essentially the same thing as Altair's armor. Follow tunes and get unbreakable armor. Another thing that kind of brings into that it could be ancient Rome is the statues in Monteriggioni. Origins was ancient Egypt. We met Aya/Amunet.
The followers of Romulus. This band of false pagans has been terrorizing the city for months and driving the people into the arms of the church.
Quite convenient.
Exactly. I believe the Borgia are supporting them, but proof remains scarce. That is why the letter is so important.
Here it is. I hope you can break a cipher.
Cazzo! Another encryption. This one was supposed to be legible. They are transmitting them using a code sheet. Without it, we have nothing.
Sometimes logic is not the only way to win a war. Andiamo. You said we had allies in this city. Bring me to them.
Follow me.
So we met Aya/Amunet in Origins, and in the I don't know how many people noticed, but within the Hidden Ones DLC, she wears the same outfit, the headdress and all, the statue within Monteriggioni. The setting of Odyssey is about 35 years after Darius kills. After Darius kills Xerxes. So there's a good chance we'll meet him in Odyssey.
We recently began traveling through the tunnels to avoid the guards, but many of the entrances in the city are broken. By using them, we can get to our destination rapidly without encountering resistance.
And if they do ancient Rome, even though we saw like Caesar in there in Origins, they could do Caligula and his death with Leonis, and Leonis could be your point of view character. And depending on how long Bayek or Aya live, they could be the mentor. And before you say people didn't live that long, Altair lived to 92.
Ben trovato, Nicolò. Ah, Ser Ezio. A pleasure. Fabio Orsini, at your service. I've heard a great deal about you from my cousin, Bartolomeo d'Alviano.
A fine warrior.
Fabio has lent us an unused storeroom on Isola Tiberina.
I know you were used to better accommodations in Toscana.
It is perfect.
Bene. Then I am off to begin preparations for Romagna. Today, Cesare commands my men, but soon I hope we will be free.
Now I propose we begin planning our assault on the Borgia.
Oh, you think we are ready for such an attack?
Si.
Do you know, for instance, where the Borgia troops took Caterina Sforza?
What?
Are you also unaware that the Borgia have captured the Apple of Eden?
How could we have lost the apple?
So, you do not know what goes on with our enemies. Do we at least have an underground here to work with?
Hardly. Our mercenaries are ensnared in a losing battle with Cesare's French allies. We have girls working for us in a brothel, frequented by cardinals and other important Romans. But the madam there is lazy, and would rather attend parties than further our cause.
What about the city's thieves? Do they have a guild?
Si. but they refuse to talk to us. I don't know why. What are you going to do?
Make some friends.
That, I believe, is the end of sequence 2. Let me make sure. Yep, there it is. That's the end of sequence 2 from Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. I had a great time. I hope you did as well. Thank you. Have a great night.